Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. I can't even keep a straight face. Let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And in fact, in honor of today's video, I am loading 9mm. Because apparently, Junkie Wart, as I like to call him, did a DNA test and he found out that he is part African. He needed to let the whole world know that he's black because he's part African. That makes him black, right? He's got 1%. Felt this was significant enough to title a whole video with it, that he is actually black, just so we all know. And you know, it's kind of funny because just the other day, a friend of mine sent me a photo when they were doing a search for cockroach tanning, which I'll flip in here for you guys. Lo and behold, Jerry Ward tanning himself is on the front page, turning himself black right there. You know, this kind of, it reminds me of the Rachel Doozle thing. You know, you guys know who that is. She pretended to be black for years, was with the NAACP and everything, and it turned out she was just a white chick pretended to be black and making money off of it. Doesn't this guy remind you of that a little bit? Like Jerry would almost do something like this, just trying to get more black fans. So that he's like, I can relate to you. I'm one of you. You know, he does all of this. And it's like also, it also popped in my head, not just Rachel Doozle, because it almost is like that. You guys know I love Boondocks. I've made Boondocks references in the past. The show is an amazing social commentary show. I love that show. Uncle Ruckus. I'm like, this is like Uncle Ruckus going back the other direction. For those who don't know who Uncle Ruckus is, he was like the ultimate Uncle Tom. The ultimate Uncle Tom. You know, and he was always like, oh, my name's Uncle Ruckus. I got Revitiligo. That's the opposite of what Michael Jackson has. Lucky son of a bitch. I'm actually French-Irish, but I got this disease that makes my skin get darker and blacker every year. You know, that Uncle Ruckus. It reminds me of that. But going back the other direction, you know, Jerry, because Uncle Ruckus went and got a DNA test. He got a DNA test and found out that he was actually black, and he got really upset and depressed and everything. But then, you know, because some other people realized they needed him to have a certain viewpoint to make money or whatever, like BET or whoever it was, went and got one that let him know that he was in fact actually Irish, Scotch-Irish or something, and then he was all excited and happy, you know. That they had made a mistake on his test. So, you know, Jerry's got this test, and that all of that popped in my head when I thought about it. And then I also am like, wow, I mean, Jerry, since you found out you're black now, what are you going to do? I mean, it's like, I mean, all this time, we all thought you were a regular saltine American. That's what I thought. You were just a regular cracker, you know, right? Isn't that what everyone thought? That's what I thought. I had no clue either, you know, and it's like, but you know, you always paint yourself really, really dark, so maybe it makes sense that that's really what you want to be. So here's a question I have for Jerry. Now that you found out that you're part black and you want the whole world to know that you are actually black, like, are you going to trade your syringes for Chore Boy? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to have to be careful around the police now? You're going to, like, not jump and be too jumpy around them or anything, you know, so you don't get shot or anything? Are you going to change your behavior? You know, is this going to change anything for you, Jerry? I really have to wonder that, you know, because he acted like it's such a big deal, such a big announcement, you know, as if probably all of us don't have 1% or 2% African blood in us. I mean, just statistically speaking, for any of us to not have at least 1% of our genetic DNA from the next continent over from most of our ancestors came from would actually be really, really rare. That's just how gene flow works. Genes flow around. That's reality. That's reality. Anyone who doesn't understand that hasn't studied gene flow. They haven't studied anything about paleontology or anything else. We all have ancestors from thousands of miles from where we think we're from. All of us do. It's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. There's probably almost no one on Earth, at least in countries where we've traveled and have varied ancestry, where any of us probably all come from one place, all of our ancestors. It just doesn't happen. Statistically speaking, it just doesn't happen. But, to him, I guess that's a big surprise. He doesn't know science, and maybe he didn't realize that. And, the thing is, this is the same Jerry Ward that will pretty much do anything to make a buck. This is a guy who's created Xanax, and he says it's like Xanax, basically promotes street drugs as supplements or that have street drug-like effects. Has pushed SARMs because, and claimed that SARMs are just like steroids without the side effects, as if they don't have side effects and risk when they actually do. The same Jerry who was using IGF-1, admittedly, I had the evidence, he didn't deny it. He admitted it, just thought I lied about the dose. Or I changed his dose when I didn't. I will accept that he might have made a typo. I will actually accept that as reasonable, while claiming that he was getting IGF-1-like results from BioGrow. This is a guy who used to suck dick for heroin. In fact, I don't even know if this is a publicity stunt from Jerry or if the drugs have just destroyed his brain to the point to where maybe he really thinks he's black. I don't know, because he turned out to have a little tiny bit of ancestry from Africa. We all do that, all of us do, bro. That's just the real world. That's one reason why it honestly doesn't even make sense to really hold really hateful racist views. It doesn't even make a lot of sense, because ultimately almost every white person has a little bit of black ancestry. That's reality. Every black person has some white ancestry, particularly if you're in the West. That's, again, kind of the whole point. That's why being just over-the-top racist just doesn't really make sense. I understand different people hold prejudices based upon their life experiences. That's normal. That's normal, too. You know what? We all have life experiences. Your life experiences will shape your opinions, whether you want them to or not. People sometimes hold prejudices. But the best that everyone can do is to just not let those prejudices get the best of you. Because at the end of the day, honestly, they don't really help anyone in any way. They really don't. So, I don't know. I gotta wonder, though, did he think this is, I don't know, is this a publicity stunt, or is Jerry just lost his brain due to all the drugs? Did he go full potato? Is he trying to do that? I don't know, but the fact is, the fact that he feels the need to make a video that says, I'm black, I'm in fact black, because of a DNA test later, when it turned out he actually has like more Iberian than anything else. So really, Jerry, you're actually probably kind of Spanish. I mean, that's probably a little closer with all the Iberian. If you had to classify yourself as something, and yes, actually a lot of Iberians went to Ireland and stuff too, even though they came from Spain. You're probably more Iberian than anything, if you had to pin it down. Like me, I'm mostly Eastern European. I'm mostly Slavic. But Jerry, you're not black. I know you like to paint yourself up, like to put on all that fake tan, like to pretend. But at the end of the day, it almost seems like Rachel Doozle, who, on a very professional level, pretended to be black, and she milked it. And, that pissed a lot of people off, because she milked the NAACP and all these groups for money while pretending to be black for decades. She bent them over. Took all that money. Of course, the ironic thing for her is that she made all that money, but now she's broke. She lost all that money. People have sued her and stuff, and now it turns out that Rachel Doozle used to pretend to be black but was making money, got caught. We all know she's white, and now she's actually on welfare. What a bizarre world we live in, huh? That's kind of funny, though. That is funny that happened. Now she's white and she's on welfare instead of pretending to be black and making six figures. Wow. Anyway, I don't know what the hell Jerry was thinking with this. He went full potato. Who knows? All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. Okay, wait, one last thing before I go. There we go. We got Jerry putting his tan on right next to Rachel Doozle. I just couldn't help myself. I had to throw that in at the end. All right, that's really it. I will talk to you guys next time.